Hello, everyone. Welcome to the land of sun, samba, soccer, and seriously strange surprises. There's a town where 90% of the population is gorgeous women begging for love, a tribe that's the happiest on earth, despite only sleeping 20 minutes a day, and a country so dangerous it's practically run by gangs. With over 1,000 slums. More slums than some countries have cities. Oh, and let's not forget, it's also home to the boldest bank heist of the 21st century. Get ready for the most mind-blowing facts about Brazil, where everything is just a little wilder, weirder, and way more fascinating than you ever expected. Brazil, a paradise of beaches and samba, or one of the most dangerous places on earth. When most people think of Brazil, they picture carnival parades, football legends, and sunsets over the Amazon. But behind the postcards lies a grittier, grimmer truth. Brazil isn't just famous for its rhythms, it's also one of the most dangerous countries on earth. In 2017 alone, Brazil recorded a jaw-dropping 63,880 homicides. That's about 7 deaths every hour, every day, all year long. And no, that's not all due to random street crime. Much of it is driven by organized gangs, drug cartels, and violent turf wars. But here's the kicker. Even the people supposed to protect you can be part of the problem. Every single day, 14 people die at the hands of police in Brazil. That's not law enforcement. That's a war zone and a badge. And if you're a woman, things are just as scary. Over 1,000 women are killed each year due to gender-based violence. Now, add to that the over 1,000 favelas, Brazil's infamous hillside slums, where poverty, crime, and corruption blend into a cocktail of chaos. These places are run not by governments, but by gangs. During major events like the Olympics or World Cup, the government reportedly has to negotiate ceasefires with criminal groups just to keep the city from erupting. But here's the twist in this gritty tale. Not all favelas are doom and gloom. Take Santa Marta, for example, a favela once ruled by fear, now a rising star on the Rio tourism scene. Thanks to better policing and a bit of urban creativity, residents turned their home into a colorful mosaic of art and resilience. Walls are splashed with vibrant paint. Music pumps through alleyways. Kids play soccer in hand-built fields between houses. It's not perfect, but it's alive, joyful, and beating with community spirit. In fact, Santa Marta was so unique, Michael Jackson himself filmed part of his music video, "They Don't Care About Us," right there. Talk about turning struggle into spotlight. But don't let the colors fool you completely. The United States State Department still labels Brazil as Level 2. Exercise increased caution and warns Americans to completely avoid border regions marked as Level 4 do not travel. So yes, Brazil is samba and sunshine, but it's also sirens and survival. A country where beauty and danger dance cheek to cheek. Next up, let's head to Brazil for some of the most bizarre beauty pageants on the planet. 1. Miss Plus Size Forget Size 0. In Brazil, if you're over 176 pounds and full of confidence, you could be the next beauty queen. Welcome to Miss Plus Size Brazil, a beauty contest that celebrates curves, confidence, and women who don't fit into society's tiny little dress sizes. The Miss Plus Size competition has it all. Evening gowns, fashion walks, public speaking rounds, and lots of glitter. The only rule? You gotta bring the confidence and the curves. Meet Barbara Monteiro, who took home the crown in 2011. Her prize? A luxury trip to Switzerland, $6,000 in cash, and, get this, a flood of modeling deals from top fashion brands. Girl went from local queen to plus-size icon overnight. And no, this isn't just a quirky sideshow. In Brazil, where nearly half of all women are considered overweight, this pageant isn't about breaking the rules. It's about rewriting them. 2. A beauty pageant. Behind bars. Yep, you heard that right. Welcome to Miss Prisoner, the beauty contest where the runway is surrounded by barbed wire and the sash comes with a side of criminal records. In this one-of-a-kind pageant, your rap sheet won't disqualify you. But you do need to bring 3 things: physical beauty, general knowledge, and proof of rehabilitation progress. Take Rebecca Raissa Suelen Gessen, for example. In 2011, she was just 19 and serving a life sentence for murder, and still walked away with the crown. Her prize? 1,000 deposited straight into her prison account. Now that's what we call commissary goals. Or meet Melon Hangle, aka the Queen of Snatch and Grab, who was doing 39 years at Tavares Bastos prison in Rio. She strutted, smiled, slayed the Q&A, and took home the title. Even behind bars, glam doesn't sleep. 3. Coming to you straight from Brazil. Seriously sculpted butts. It's the most outrageous beauty pageant on earth, Miss Bumbum. Forget tiaras and evening gowns. This is where the crown goes to the queen of the booty. And we're not talking about a polite little wiggle here. We're talking national obsession. Over 60,000 butt-enhancing procedures are done in Brazil every year. That's right, Brazilian women aren't just working for the booty. They're investing in it like it's a startup. Even the name Miss Bumbum sounds cute. But behind the curves is a competition so cutthroat, it makes America's Next Top Model look like summer camp. The contest is massive. Millions tune in. Men vote like their lives depend on it. And yes, plastic surgery, totally allowed. Some contestants arrive with more silicone than a cell phone factory. In fact, things got so enhanced. Over the years, organizers had to put a cap on booty size. No contestant is allowed to enter if their behind is bigger than 107 centimeters. And you can thank Kim Kardashian for that. Why? Because the founder, Cacao Oliver, openly said the Kim K effect had contestants showing up with, let's say, weaponized curves. Everyone wanted a Kim Kardashian butt, he sighed. So now they measure the merchandise before you walk. But here's where it gets real spicy. Behind the glitz and booty tape, this contest is pure gladiator arena. Think black magic, bribery, backstabbing, and literal rib removal surgery. Yep, one contestant confessed she had 2 ribs removed in Colombia for a smaller waist. The procedure cost her $17,000. Another spent over $1,500 every single month on booty creams, supplements, and workouts to grow her glutes like a prize-winning pumpkin. And the drama? Oh, it's dripping. One woman told Daily Mail she wanted to tear another contestant's face off. Another said she wouldn't hesitate to pay thousands to the judges for a win. A third was reportedly dabbling in witchcraft to curse the competition. Inside the contestant house, alliances fall apart faster than eyelash glue in the Amazon. As one contestant put it, on day 1 we were friends. By day 2, war. Nobody smiles. We're not friends. We're enemies with nice makeup. Some even sold their homes, cars, and took out bank loans just to afford surgeries and campaigning, all for a shot at that coveted crown. And here's the kicker. The grand prize, just $8,000. Not life-changing money, but the title, that's gold. The winner gets magazine deals, brand endorsements, and instant celebrity status in Brazil. It's the fast track to fame, and everyone's willing to bleed and cut and freeze and fight for it. Welcome to the town where women run the show, and men are optional. Hidden deep in the mountains of Brazil is Nova do Cordeiro, a town where 90% of the population are women. And not just any women, we're talking gorgeous, smart, independent, and shockingly single. Some have made it to their 60s without ever being kissed. Not for lack of desire, they want love, they want husbands. Problem is, the few men around are either married or related. Yeah, cousins, hard pass. Now before you start packing your bags thinking you'll be their knight in shining armor, hold on. These women aren't looking for a savior. They're looking for a partner. Their rules? Marry us? Sure. But be ready to do your share. Laundry, dishes, cooking, scrubbing the toilet. Equality, baby. So, how did this modern matriarchy begin? It started over a century ago with Maria Senhorinha de Lima, who was exiled from her village for walking out on an arranged marriage. She said no to being controlled and founded a safe haven for women just like her. For a while, men were welcome. But in the 1940s, things took a turn when a preacher married a 16-year-old girl from the town and imposed a wave of strict religious rules. No drinking, no music, no haircuts, no birth control, total buzzkill. Fast forward to 1995. The preacher dies, and the women take back control. They dismantled his rules, reclaimed their freedom, and never looked back. Today, most men grow up and move away, leaving behind a town that's basically a real-life Wonder Woman island, minus the superheroes, but still superwomen. So yeah, Nova do Cordeiro isn't just one of the most beautiful towns in Brazil. It's a living, thriving reminder that when women build their own world, they don't just survive, they thrive. And if you want in on it, bring more than just flowers. Bring a mop. Meet the Piraha, the tribe that forgot about time and somehow found happiness. Deep in the Amazon rainforest, there's a tiny tribe with a huge secret. They might just be the happiest people on Earth. No Wi-Fi, no money, no calendars. Just laughter, singing, and a wild philosophy that turns everything we know about modern life upside down. Say hello to the Piraha, a group so chill they make beach bums look stressed out. Here's the deal. No crime, no stealing, no violence, and absolutely no mine versus yours drama. Everything is shared, from food to tools to stories. If someone has it, you have it too. It's basically the anti-Amazon, except, well, they actually live in the Amazon. Now, their language? Total brainbuster. It only has 3 vowels and 7 consonants, but don't be fooled. This is one of the hardest languages on Earth. They have no alphabet, no writing system, and almost 0 words about time. In fact, if you're not born Piraha, researchers say you'll need a solid 10 years just to talk to grandma. They don't use calendars, birthdays, or even numbers beyond 1, 2, and a bunch. Got 4 kids? That's a bunch. 10 fish? Still just a bunch. To them, numbers are overrated. You know what's important? The now. Past and future. Never heard of them. It's either happening today or it's not real. Colors? Just light and dark. And yet, they can recognize and name thousands of plants and animals in the jungle, more than your average biology professor with 3 degrees and a Wi-Fi signal. And check this out, they barely sleep. We're talking 20-minute naps scattered through the day. Why? Because they believe sleeping too much makes you vulnerable to evil spirits. So, they sing, dance, tell stories, fish, laugh, and maybe take a power nap when the vibes are right. And if all that wasn't wild enough, every 7 years they change their names. Why? Because a name is your soul's vibe. And as you grow, learn, and evolve, your name needs to match the new you. The Piraha don't chase money, don't care about fame, and couldn't care less about tomorrow. And yet, somehow, they might just be doing life better than the rest of us. Brazil isn't just soccer and samba. It's a place where everything is possible. From shaving years off your prison sentence with a good book, to pulling off heists that would make Hollywood jealous. Serving time? Try reading instead. In some Brazilian prisons, inmates can shave off 4 days of their sentence just by reading a book and writing a short essay about it. Who needs a prison break when you've got Shakespeare? Gender-affirming surgery? On the house. Since 2008, Brazil's public healthcare system has fully covered gender reassignment surgeries. While other countries debate it, Brazil just put it in the National Health Plan. Second only to the US in airports. With over 4,000 airports, Brazil is a frequent flyer's dream. Many are small strips scattered through the Amazon and remote areas, because sometimes the only way to get to grandma's is by plane. Samba meets sushi. Brazil is home to the largest Japanese community outside Japan. Nearly 2 million Japanese Brazilians, most living in Sao Paulo. It's where kimono culture blends with Carnival. The heist that blew Hollywood's mind. In 2005, 30 thieves rented a house next to Brazil's central bank and spent 3 months digging an 80-meter tunnel, complete with lighting, wooden floors, and basic air conditioning. They stole $70 million without setting off a single alarm. Construction cost? $200,000. Style points? Infinite. Amazon, the wild heart of Brazil. About 40% of Brazil is covered in rainforest. And deep inside, at least 70 uncontacted tribes still live disconnected from modern life. No electricity, no internet, just the ancient rhythm of the jungle. And of course, Carnival. The biggest street party on Earth. Millions dance, sing, and sparkle under the sun. It's loud, it's wild, it's colorful, and it burns more calories than your gym ever will. And that's Brazil. Wild, colorful, and full of surprises. If this blew your mind even a little, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs a tropical twist in their life, and don't forget to subscribe, because the world's a big, bizarre place, and we've got plenty more stories to tell. Stay curious and stay weird. See you in the next one.